Thank you for the kind introduction and for reminding me that we are right after lunchtime, so hard task to keep you alive, also hard task to fill in with the time, but I'll do my best. Otherwise, just sign me and I'll see it. I'm not going to tell you everything about mechanical recycling because otherwise I would be here, let's say, 1 week. Within 15 minutes, it's a few time to talk about it. But yeah, I'm going to start with a broad overview of what is Genan, what we do. I noticed there are some new people here, like myself. I talked with at least one of them at lunchtime. So maybe this is for you. Some of you already know, some of you don't. And then more at the end, I'll talk about something that is really, I like to think it's different, it's new, it's exciting. Yeah, so tires are part of our daily life. We've said it this morning, we know that for some time now. But if we look at the numbers, 7 million tires scrapped every day, it's huge when you think about it. So if we don't recycle them, what are the real opportunities to do with tires? It's not, they can become a waste problem really quickly, and we are not talking about small materials or low volumes. Everything is big in tires. And we actually find a way to make our business out of it. And we recycle in our plants up to 150,000 tons of tires every day, which is very significant. And we can clearly reduce CO2 emissions by also very great number. Coming a bit to our values, what we do, how we do it. Of course, sustainability is our core value, but we also try to do things with quality in a transparent way and also work every day on innovation, which is what I do 100% of my day. We have a unique, let's say, business model because we can have business or money, as you can call it, in the upstream and in the downstream value chain of tires. So we make deals with tire collectors and we receive money to recycle those tires. And then, of course, we also make money with selling our products. Most of you know this, definitely. Our plants and our technology. So we have 5 plants in Europe. I work mainly on the plant based in Ovar in northern part, let's say, of Portugal. Very nice place. Whenever you want to visit us, come there. I'm not saying you shouldn't go to one of our German factories or USA, but very welcome in Portugal. How do we do it? So basically our process can be separated in 5 main steps. We have the cleaning, the granulation, the separation in different particle size, the sieving, and then of course the packaging. And our machines, our equipment have been optimized throughout the years. With our own knowledge, we have a very deeply and committed team of engineers working every day, and this is really every day, to make the products better, the processes better, more efficient. And one of the things that we try, and as you saw in our values, is that we can deliver quality products from all of our plants. So it doesn't matter whether you receive a granule that's coming from Ovar or Viborg. It doesn't matter. The quality will also be the same. That's a compromise that we have to our clients. This slide is actually, doesn't say much, but it's actually quite important for us because these numbers are known. It comes with our process, but also comes with the tire composition itself, which is something that we cannot change, of course. We deal with that's arriving to us. And more or less in a tire, we have 70% of rubber, powder, and granulate. That's the products that we have, the steel and the textile. And while most recyclers can be happy with selling and having business with the steel and the rubber, we are not fully happy with that. So that's why we are trying to make a lot of effort also on the textile, because this 10%, I mean, you can say, 10%, it's a little, but look at the numbers I told you before, 150 million tires, 1,000 tires every day. So 10% of it, it's already a huge share of the textile materials. Okay, I'm not going to go through this in much detail. We talked about this in the morning. Typical ELT rubber applications for sports. I mean, you name it, everything that will have that needs a bouncy or shock absorption, rubber can deal with it. Infill, we've gone through it. I'm not going to go into these details. But let's talk a little bit more of my current work at Genan, what we do on the innovation field, innovation department. And I'd like to highlight here that we don't do R&D like some companies have or research institutes have. Our innovation is based on the principle that our developments will be directed towards the final client. So we sit down with the customer, he can approach us, we can approach them, we define the targets, the goal, the requirements, what are the product that we are targeting, what's the property that we need, can we help you on this? So we always put our efforts on something that can go big, that can go commercial, that will have a market focus, and not R&D as traditional R&D can be in small scales. We work towards an application that's quite good defined. So on that sense, we have been working on ELT rubber, powder, granulates, cryogenic powder for different applications. And we found out that actually it works really, really good with different types of plastics. I've added here some of the examples. These are clearly just some of the examples that we have for different applications in which the rubber, especially if you are using it as a filler, if we talk about smaller particle sizes, that's the ones that work better because they will be properly dispersed on a matrix. So you can use them. I have some examples here with polyethylene, with polypropylene, and with the thermoplastic vulcanized material. And I mean, let's be honest, we're not talking about mechanical performance here. We cannot really add mechanical strength or stiffness with the LTA rubber. We know it, of course. But some parts do require some noise absorption, some shock absorption. Let's talk about a car, for instance. There's lots of parts that can benefit from having rubber. And our results show that we can add up to 75%, which is a lot. Can you imagine the raw material that people are saving and the money, because our product is also cheaper than any of these plastics. Of course, plastics are following the trend of fuels and the prices are going up. So we have very good results with these different. As I said, these are just some of the examples. We have many, many more parts. And again, if you want to go to our plant in Alvar, we have a warehouse full of parts, really amazing ones. But ELT is not a filler just for plastics. It can be added to concrete to make acoustic barriers. We just installed a 100-meter long acoustic barrier on a new train line that will be starting to operate beginning of next year. It is supposed to have the same sound absorption characteristics as a regular concrete noise barrier, but it's adding recycled content. And because the construction industry nowadays is being pressured to add at least 10% of recycled material on their products, it's also a good opportunity for us. Then we are also working on asphalt mixes. So we have a special compound that's formulated for asphalt. We know lots of benefits from using it: durability, mechanical strength, and resistance of the asphalt. So the durability of the road will be actually higher. This would be made with rubber powders that would be covered on a specific particle, and that will also help on the processing characteristics. And then another example, as I said, these are just some of the examples. I cannot cover everything that we have, but I'll try to bring the most exciting ones, I would say, for you to see. For sport shoe soles, this is being developed by a very large shoe sole manufacturer, actually a large sports company. I cannot tell the names, sorry for that. And they made this, by precaution, they only added 5% of our rubber, and the mechanical resistance is more or less the same, so no significant losses when compared to 100% virgin material. And we know this is a market that it's low in volume, but for us it's a nice opportunity to go to different markets, to different things, different and exciting, I would say. So this is for horse riding shoes. Okay, this is just one of the examples that we selected as, let's say, a promising one, but I would guess more to come. Then with the textiles, I mentioned before, in our products, we have more or less 10% of our, that's coming out of our plants is the end-of-life-tire tire textile. We have been working a lot on that, I would say, in the past 2 to 3 years, and we found now a stable way to produce non-woven materials made with 90%, more or less 90% of our rubber. It still needs something to bind it. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's plastic, so we can remelt it again. Okay, it's recyclable, it's reusable again, and we have been working on different applications. These three are, I'd say, the ones that are closer to market. Acoustic barriers for houses, so the textile will be inside some metallic frames, and the tests on the noise absorption were really great. We even had to reduce the amount of material that's there because the noise tests were really high. Then we have another customer that's pushing forward on carpet underlayers. So that would be something close to our floor, beneath this floor, this carpet floor, for sound insulation also. And also we are dealing with car manufacturers to push the boundaries and try to also insert our materials there. So as you see, there's a lot of potential, not just for the rubber, but also for the textile, and I'm quite confident that in a couple of months we'll go commercial with this, okay? Well, summary, some numbers. I think numbers are also important. I like mathematics, so, and I'm an engineer, so I like some numbers. We have more than 300 passionate people working on our 6 plants. We recycle more than 400,000 tires every year. We have 23 different products, which is a lot and which is very different than most recyclers. So we cover from very small cryogenic powders to larger granulates, but more to come when we finish the textile things, I'm sure. And we can save huge amounts of CO2 being released by recycling and not incinerating or burning end-of-life tires. And yeah, this was it.